Look, we are not disappointed, not especially enthusiastic around it, but they've done the job. They've done the job. I mean, they are having some challenges individually, all of them almost, you understand, in their clubs. So we are happy that they've just done the job for this competition, hoping that when the competition will come, I think quarterfinal for this, then they will show their capacity again, all together at the same time. They are going to show that they are the best.
And you know what it's like to win the World Cup and then go to do the Euros as well. How much does it take to do this, to do back-to-back wins in international level?
Yeah, on the adrenaline, on the stress level, on the capacity to keep the intensity. Tell them not to bring it inside, to leave it outside. To keep, let's say, to keep the intensity. You know, we were almost the same player in 2002. After, I mean, now I change it the other way around. Euro, we win, and we go to the World Cup 2002 to talk about the adrenaline. We don't know what happened where we got everything wrong. Same player, same intensity, same motivation. Everything could have gone in a good way, but this time all went a little bit wrong. So I hope for them the energy, the stress, the adrenaline, all of these elements will allow them to perform this time again, like we did.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not easy to keep that longevity, but I think with France, there's quite a lot of excitement with the next generation, especially in centre-back, your position. What have you made of the next generation of centre-backs, Laporte, Zuma, Koundé, Upamecano? Is this an excitement for France?
Yes and no at the same time, I would say, because you have too much quality. You've said only 4. I think there are 6 now. The Upamecano, also he playing very well in Leipzig. I think there are 6. It's too much. It's too much because I cannot guess now who is the first. Umtiti is having problem. Varane showed that without Ramos at his side, he's maybe having some difficulties. So it's quite challenging. He's good, but at the same time, it's scary a little bit because. But Didier is clever. Didier is so clever to find a good combination and pick the best one at the correct moment, or the best couple, I will say, for the best games and for the best moment.
Who do you think the best ones are at the moment?
No idea. Give me the list again.
Yeah, like Varane.
Varane, obviously one.
Upamecano, Koundé, Zuma, Laporte from Man City. I feel like I missed someone as well.
Barcelona, the Barcelona one.
Yeah, Umtiti. Yeah, the Barcelona one, Longley.
Another one, Barcelona.
Longley, isn't it? Clement Longley.
Yeah, Longley. Probably the best is Longley Varane, I would say. Yeah. Longley Varane, I like the couple. I've loved Umtiti, but probably Longley Varane was very good. Depending at the moment. I like Upamecano. What he's doing with Leipzig is amazing. But it looks like in national team, he needs game to assimilate the national team level. You know, it's a different level. You play with different teammates. You play, you understand? So he has to assimilate and digest the stress of it.
And a kind of different one, but a guy who's relevant to you national team-wise and from Chelsea, Olivier Giroud. His legacy with France is amazing. He's getting so many caps and goals. What's your opinion of Giroud and how he's treated in France? And do you think he's a little bit underappreciated as a player?
No, I think everybody who looks Giroud playing and have a comment over Giroud is right. You understand? The only thing that we have to say that Giroud is the perfect teammate, you know, placed in the perfect position for the national team. You understand? So there is two Giroud. There is the one club level who is on and off, a little bit like Morata, you know, on and off with talent. You have to know how to use him. You have to know how to place him in the timing in the game. But as for national team, he's the first choice. Martial cannot combine the same way as Giroud's doing with the national team. They've tried Mbappe, but you brought Mbappe in where you've been world champion with Mbappe on the side. So you rather leave Giroud at front and score. You know, he's the second best goal scorer of the history of football, I think. So whatever opinion people have, they are right, but he's indispensable for the national team.
Yeah, I think you're right. Deschamps uses him the way he plays with Mbappe and Griezmann and these guys. He seems to really lift the team. I was wondering, you know, how do you feel about his time in Chelsea? Sometimes he's the main guy. I think now he's the main guy, but sometimes he's, you know, on the bench all the time. Do you think that, you know, Chelsea, it's been a hard time for him? It's been a difficult struggle?
He's not the future of Chelsea. And he can never be the main man. You understand? He can only be important at a certain moment for the club, because Lampard has been clever enough to study the opponent, that they don't like the type of player that Giroud is, so he should be the first choice for that game. So I believe that it's the cleverness of Lampard that will allow Giroud to shine often, because he cannot be the first choice of Lampard. Lampard have, what is the name of the other one, the tall guy?
They have Tammy Abraham.
There's another one we just bought this year. Timo Werner, yeah.
Yeah.
Werner, okay. So he can never be really regularly from the beginning of the season till the end the first choice as a striker for the club. Just Lampard has to study what's happening in national team and use him at the correct moment with the offensive animation around him that will allow him to shine again every time he plays.
Do you think Giroud's missing something to be the main guy, to be the big striker, you know, that can play every week, that won't be dropped? Is he missing something? No.
He's 33 years old now. He's a heavy weight player, you understand? Chelsea sometimes needs to play. At the time when they were having, you know, Pedro, William, all these players, it was difficult to fit him into the system because you were in need of playing someone who could play inside the system. So don't ask him to be the main man. Ask him to be important when he's needed for the club. Yeah. It's more like this, that you have to place it with the age, and he's a world champion, you understand? So place it like that.
And how are you liking Lampard's Chelsea this season?
Same as last year. He's coating with, you know, the finance that he had. He managed to top up with some players to fill some of the gap that he was in need of. Conte is coming back more often, playing and bring some stability, but it's not enough. He doesn't make the difference yet. Still, he has to readjust his defense with this new, what is his name, Thiago from Paris. I don't know what to say. I'm just happy that we continue to have hope. You know, you are like second in the Premier League. You have hope that, eventually we can make it for the Premier League. If we don't make it, it's not a problem. You understand? But we are there. Same for the Champions League. Chelsea is there. Let's see what's going to happen. He's not having an established team where, like the other coach was having, Ancelotti, Mourinho, where you were saying they have to win the Premier League, otherwise it's a problem. They have to win the Champions League because we are expecting them. You know, you are not expecting Chelsea to really win this year on any competition. So he's doing well because the hope is there.
So do you think it's harder for Chelsea to win now, or did they go backwards too far from Mourinho's time? Like, what was your opinion with Chelsea, not quite being as aggressive as they used to be in the fight for trophies?
Yeah, it's not easy. The way you buy the players, the way you sell the players, you need to recreate a philosophy around the coach. It's his second season. We hope he will have a third one eventually. Now, people will believe in him, and he can splash a big player. They lost Hazard. It was quite a big blow, to lose Hazard. It was so important for the squad. Again, it's a matter of time. There's so much investment from the other clubs that is difficult to know when Chelsea will be able to be that first choice. You start the season and you say, we are starting the season to win the league and eventually to win the World Cup, the Champions League. I'm not sure it will come in these 2 years coming.
And listen, there's been one positive for me. A big positive was Thiago Silva. He's 36 years old. He's a centre-back like you were. How hard is it to do, to come to the Premier League and do what he's done at his age? And how impressed have you been with him?
Well, I've been scared for him at the beginning, but mentally he was strong enough to handle some of the mistakes that he has done. And he's a leader. He's been captain for Paris for many years. He's a leader. At Paris, we're saying that he's a good leader, but when the game are getting tough into, semi-final, quarter-final of big competition, then he's not having that, strength to bring everyone, to the top level. So let's see. We are just satisfied he has fit inside the system, and we just hope that he will continue to perform with no injury, because 36, as soon as you have an injury, you have